Hi friends, it is Johnny back with another video, and today it is time for another Florida Man video. Now if you don't know by now what a Florida Man is, I'm sorry it's not entertaining to you, okay? But you'd also be excused because I haven't done one in like 2 months because things keep coming up. But anyway, a Florida Man is any time a news report or news article says Florida Man does blank, and it's always something completely deranged or like insane. That's a Florida Man. Now I use it as a bit of a horoscope for some of my favorite YouTubers. This episode, I'm dedicating to streamers. Now, knowing that information, let's just jump right into it. Roll the intro. First up for this video, we have Ludwig, or Ludwig, depending on who you ask. Now, doing a simple Google search, I found out that Ludwig's birthday is July 6th. Now, knowing that information, let's figure out what kind of Florida Man Ludwig is. Now, Ludwig, your Florida Man is... Chickens die every day, people! Florida Man arrested for killing neighbor's rooster and claims self-defense. Against the rooster? Okay, let's just read, because I want to know how he claims self-defense against the rooster. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm Puerto Rican. I know cockfights were a thing, but, like, self-defense? A Florida man is facing animal cruelty charges after investigators said he killed his neighbor's pet rooster. I mean, yeah, animal cruelty does sound about right. Jacksonville resident Redacted told Action News Jax he was checking his mail in mid-May when his neighbor's rooster began attacking him. Okay, but this is a July Florida man. What does mid-May have to do with it? Did it take them like literally a month and a half to arrest him? Okay, I just checked my mail and turned around and go. And I hear bang, 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 bang. And I turn around and there's a chicken out there in the street. What the hell do you mean bang, 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 bang with a chicken in the street? Like, was he shooting up the place? What chicken do you know that makes sounds, okay? Like the camera just pans over and you see a rooster holding a metal bat and just like banging it against the floor, and then it points the metal bat at him like I'm still confused. And I turn around and there's a chicken out there in the street, like, okay. And I said, oh boy, here we go. I'm sorry. He says it like he's had beef with this chicken before. Like, it's giving me Peter versus the giant chicken in Family Guy. He recalled, turned around, walked to my place, bang, 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 bang. Now the chicken's in my yard. Now its neck flares up. Why is the chicken making bang sounds? I'm still confused. How big is this chicken? Is it made of metal? Redacted said he picked up a stick in the yard and tried to hit it in self-defense, but with the rooster jumping at him, he accidentally knocked the bird in the head, killing it. That math don't math. Because if the chicken's jumping, that means where you're swinging would be lower than where the chicken is jumping, correct? Because if you went to swing at it and hit the chicken, that means you're probably aiming for the body. So if the chicken jumps at you, you'd be hitting at its feet or below it, so you'd miss it. So how is it possible that in doing that, you ended up hitting the head? Unless you intentionally aimed for the head, which is what it sounds like to me. Because you're trying to make this chicken sound more aggressive than it really is. Because, like, where's the bang coming from? Next, you're going to be like, the chicken held up its wing and went like this to me. You know, I'm like, you're trying to make it seem like you and this chicken had beef. And all I'm seeing is poultry. I didn't know to give it a 21 gun salute. Okay, guy, you don't have to be asinine about it. Like, whether you like the chicken or not, it was in fact somebody's pet. So you're just being cold. Like, imagine if your pet, like your cat, dog, bird, fish, whatever you have, any kind of animal you possibly have. Imagine if somebody just came by, took a stick, whacked it against the head, killing it. And they're like, I didn't know I had to give it a 21 gun salute. Like, I would be pissed off. I really would. Redacted said, CPR, mouth to mouth, you know, or call the chicken ambulance. He's not apologetic. Like, lock him up. I don't care. You might be like, it's just a rooster, but it is, again, somebody's pet. Like, I severely have arachnophobia, and I would not kill somebody's pet tarantula. That's still somebody's pet. Just because I hate spiders doesn't mean you don't have the right to have a spider. His neighbor Redacted doesn't believe the story. I mean, neither do I. He told Action News Jax he thinks Redacted killed his pet on purpose. I mean, yes, because again, the layout of the story just doesn't make sense. How are you swinging at the chicken to hit it, and because the chicken jumped, you ended up hitting its head? I didn't see my rooster at first, so I knew something was up, because he would always come and chase me. Okay, that's starting to sound like your rooster might have been a little bit of a menace in the neighborhood. I'm just saying, if he's chasing the owner, he might be chasing other people in the neighborhood too. So maybe the self-defense thing isn't too far-fetched. I still think swinging and missing and hitting a head is a little weird, but whatever. Redacted said. Then I went in Redacted's yard and yelled at him, and he finally came out and said he killed him. Redacted said children in the neighborhood told him that Redacted, who lives across the street from him, had beaten the rooster. Okay, so people saw him beat the rooster. So it's not just one swing. Beating implies multiple hits. You know what I mean? But anyway, he called the Jackson Sheriff's Office and then contacted Animal Control. Next thing you know, he calls the chicken police on me, Redacted said. My guy, you killed his pet, period, like exclamation point, end of story. After animal control officers investigated, Redacted was arrested for animal cruelty and spent 30 hours in jail. Only 30 hours for killing somebody's pet. Sure, why not? Whatever. I would feel some type of way as the pet owner, but that's just me. He said he still doesn't understand why his neighbor called law enforcement on him over a dead rooster. Chickens die every day, people. At churches, Popeyes, Kentucky Fried Chicken, really. It's not about the fact that it was a chicken, and yes, plenty of people eat chicken, but it was the fact that it was somebody's pet that you killed, and he just seems to be bypassing that concept entirely. He's just like, it's chicken, and everyone's like, but it's a pet, but it's chicken, like, so he doesn't seem apologetic, clearly. He's just like rationalizing, like, chickens die every day. Like, so do people, so do animals, doesn't give you the right to kill people. There's a difference between food chicken and pet chicken. I'm just saying, look at it with the lens that it is somebody's pet and not that you normally eat chicken. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. But yes, Ludwig, that is your Florida man. Live with the knowledge that that is deep down inside you simply because the day you were born. I'm sorry. I don't think you would kill somebody's pet, but it's in the stars. I'm sorry. On to the next one. Next up we have Emirichu. And doing a simple Google search, I found that Emirichu's birthday is August 27th. Now, knowing that information, let's figure out what kind of Florida man Emirichu is. And Emirichu, your Florida man is... Florida man arrested for trying to buy 8-year-old girl for $100,000. Ew. Just genuine ew. A Florida sex offender was arrested after he allegedly tried to purchase an 8-year-old girl for $100,000 at a grocery store, police said. Redacted, age 85. There's no age that would have made this any better, but there's apparently an age that makes this worse somehow. It's just ew. Approached the child's mom at a Winn-Dixie in Port Orange Thursday and made the indecent proposal. Redacted was on probation and was banned from having contact with children after trying to buy a different child in Walmart in 2018. So he's a repeat offender. Like, I don't know why, but this story just keeps finding a way to make it worse and worse. Like, oh, someone tried to buy a kid. Oh, the guy was 85. Somehow that's worse. Oh, he's done this before. Ew. What else am I gonna find out in the story? I'm already disgusted. I'm just so uncomfortable by the story. I'm very uncomfortable by the story. Redacted, the mother, told the station she thought that Redacted was just a lonely old man when he approached her and her daughter. Because that's just a normal conclusion, you know, just like one of those old people that are like, oh, she's so adorable, bless her heart. That's a normal thing. Not, oh, she's so adorable, let me buy her. Like, no. He just came up and started making comments about how pretty she was and how good her dancing was and how he could never have children and he wanted children, the mother reported. So was your child dancing in the store? That's why he's like, oh, she's such a good dancer. Because, like, how does he know how she dances if not that? You know what I mean? But that's still one of those things. I could never have kids. Okay, I guess I've heard older people say that. But it gets into a creepy area when they're like, I always wanted kids, after they, like, compliment your child. If that makes sense? It just feels creepy to me. I don't know why. Like, oh, they're so talented. They're good at painting. They can dance. They can do this. I always wanted kids. It just doesn't sit right with me, but that's just me. But the interaction soon took a darker turn. He approached me in the parking lot. Actually, he chased me down in the parking lot and said, hey, I want to make a deal with you. I'd like to buy her for $100,000. I was in complete shock. I mean, justifiably. Like, you don't expect somebody to come up to you and be like, here's $100,000. Give me your daughter. Like, He needs to be locked up and not allowed to be around our children, she reportedly said. I mean, yes. Like, I know the story has nothing to do with it, but the drag queens ain't the problem with your kids, because a lot of the time, drag queens don't like children, period. The real problem is old creeps like this that think it's okay to go up to people like, here's $100,000, give me the child. Like, what kind of wicked witch kind of bullshit is that? Unfortunately, though, that's your Florida man, Emiritu. I am so sorry. That was so disgusting. I'm really hoping the next one is better, because the first two were real rough and just like made my skin crawl, both of them. But yes, that was your Florida man, unfortunately. Live with the knowledge that that is deep down inside you simply because of the day you were born. I am so very sorry. But on to the next one. Next up, we have Saikuno. And doing a simple Google search, I found out that Saikuno's birthday is June 4th, which is right around the corner. Happy birthday! But now, knowing that information, let's figure out what kind of Florida man Saikuno is. And Saikuno, your Florida man, is Florida man caught on video dancing atop deputy's cruiser. Okay, this has promised to be more lighthearted. It may even be funny. Here's hoping. A Florida man was arrested on charges of disturbing the peace after he was caught dancing atop a sheriff's deputy's cruiser. A sheriff's deputy's... Couldn't you just say a deputy's cruiser? That's like being like my cousin's mom's niece's sister. Just say what that is to you. The incident was caught on video, which was released Wednesday. Lee County deputies said Redacted danced on the roof of the SUV for more than 6 minutes before sliding down the windshield and ripping off the wipers. For 6 minutes? He was dancing for 6 minutes. Okay, what was he dancing to? How many songs did he have in his set list? Like, was he practicing for a show? I need more details. Redacted was later arrested. Okay. When asked why he danced on the cruiser, he said he had been threatened by vampires. I'm sorry, what? When asked why he danced on the cruiser, he said he had been threatened by vampires. Okay? And that's the whole article. Where did vampires come into play? Who were the vampires that threatened him? I need more details on this. You can't just be like, oh, he danced on top of a police car because vampires told him to. Like, was he high? Was he drugged? What happened there? That was the entire story. How long was he arrested for? What happened to the vampires? Is he safe? I need to know this now. Are there Floridian vampires? I'm just picturing like Edward with a southern drawl, like, this is the skin of a killer, Bella. You better hold on tight, spider monkey. Runs off, yeehaw! Running quickly through the floor. As if you could outrun me. I'm sorry. But yes, Saikuno, that is your Florida man, apparently. Live with the knowledge that that is deep down inside you simply because of the day you were born. Threatening vampires. I'm not really sorry about this one. On to the next one. And last up for the video is Pokimane. Now, doing a simple Google search, I found out that Pokimane's birthday is May 14th. Now, knowing that information, let's figure out what kind of Florida man Pokimane is. And Pokimane, your Florida man is Florida man arrested for allegedly slapping girlfriend with cheeseburger. Again, why do so many Florida men assault their significant other with food? Like, why is this a thing? We've had pizza, we've had corn, we've had more pizza, burgers, hot dogs. What else have we had? I feel like somebody else threw like a whole ass meal at somebody at one point. I don't remember. I think we had nuggets. We had sauce of nuggets. I remember that one. Why? But anyway, let's keep reading. Let's see why he did it. Deputies have arrested a 30-year-old man in Martin County, Florida for allegedly physically assaulting his girlfriend, including slapping her in the face with a cheeseburger. Okay, so he physically assaulted her and the cheeseburger slap was included in that. So okay. So I guess my next question is like, did he slap her with the cheeseburger before he started beating her? Or was it like a afterthought, you know, like he was beating her and then saw the cheeseburger, pick it up and slapped her with it? Like, cause I want to know like how this plays out. I'm a little confused. Like, whose mental state is like, I'm gonna beat you and hit you with this cheeseburger? To be fair, whose mental state is to beat somebody, period? But you know what I mean. Deputies were called to Redacted's home on Tuesday by his girlfriend, who was living with him. She told deputies that not only was she abruptly woken up by being slapped in the face with a cheeseburger, but that Redacted also pulled her hair and kicked her down the stairs. Okay, so cheeseburger first, and then proceeded to beat her, which isn't any better. Which again, I want to know what possesses somebody to think it's okay to beat somebody, first of all, but to beat somebody and also beat somebody with food. Like, this food wasn't good enough, I need to use my fists. Like, can't you just argue like a normal person? When deputies arrived, the victim was visibly upset and covered with bits of burger. Okay, what about bruises? Because I feel like if you have thrown down a flight of stairs, you're gonna have bruises, not just burger. Redacted reportedly only to deputies that he got into an argument with his girlfriend? Maybe that's a typo. Maybe they meant to say redacted reportedly only told the deputies that he got into an argument with his girlfriend. Anyway, but refused to say anything about allegedly becoming physical with her. I mean, how can you argue with somebody if they're asleep? Is that kind of like arguing in the shower where like you got into an argument earlier that day and then you replay it in your head in the shower and you're like, I won this argument now because you came up with a perfect like comeback or something? Or did your little dick having ass lose the argument in your head as well and then have to get physical with your girlfriend? Like you were so wrong that even your imagination said no, and because of that you had to get physical with her? That's sad. Grow up hair and maybe stop beating people. That's all I'm saying. Stop beating people. But yes, Pokemon, that is your Florida man. Live with the knowledge that is deep down inside of you simply because today you were born. And I am sorry. This video was surprisingly a lot. Out of 4, only one of them was kind of funny. The other 3 were just gross. We had a pet killer, then we had somebody that tried to buy children, plural, and then on top of that, we had somebody that beats their significant other. Because why not, you know? But you know what, at least it wasn't all terrible because we had that one guy that did Fortnite emotes on top of a police car, so yay, I guess. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I at least enjoyed part of it. At least. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and bing bong the ding dong down below to be alerted when I make a new video. And until then, why not check out some of my other stuff? I have some more Florida Man, featuring story times, let's plays, randoms. I have a little something for everybody. And while you're at it, why not share one of your favorite videos of mine with your friends? We can always use more friends on the channel. But until then, bye! And don't be like these Florida men, please. Please, just do better, Florida.